When you picture massive naval battles in World War I, you probably imagine giant steel battleships exchanging fire across the ocean. But the British Navy's most dangerous secret weapon was actually a rusty old coal boat. The most effective warships Britain had were actually rusty old coal boats that looked completely abandoned, and they were intentionally trying to get attacked by German submarines. Instead of giant steel battleships, the deadliest ships were deceptively ordinary, battered-looking cargo boats designed to be the perfect bait. These inconspicuous ships were intentionally trying to get attacked by German U-boats, serving as giant floating traps. Back in 1915, Britain was facing a massive crisis. German U-boats were completely destroying their supply lines. These submarines were sinking merchant ships, bringing vital food and supplies to the island nation. The British Navy was panicking because they couldn't figure out a way to hunt the U-boats down. The ocean was too vast, and sonar wasn't widely available yet. Someone high up in the military came up with a crazy idea: build giant floating mousetraps. They took normal, battered-looking merchant ships and coal freighters, the kind that wouldn't have a single gun, and converted them into traps. They secretly packed these ships with heavy naval cannons, hiding the guns behind fake wooden walls and fake lifeboats. They called them Q-ships. Everything about the Q-ships was a massive theatrical performance designed to trick a German submarine commander into making a fatal mistake. German submarine commanders actually hated using their expensive torpedoes on small, unarmed merchant ships because a torpedo was a huge investment. Their standard tactic was to surface their submarine right next to the cargo ship, tell the crew to get into their lifeboats, and then sink the empty ship using a deck gun. The British knew this, so they trained the Q-ship crews to be professional actors to execute a crucial part of the trap. The Q-ship crews were trained to be professional actors, ready to sell the illusion of a defenseless civilian ship. When a U-boat surfaced, a section of the crew, the panic party, would start running around screaming and messing up, lowering the lifeboats to look completely terrified. While the panic party was distracting the Germans, the actual gunners were still hiding flat on the deck behind the fake walls, holding their breath. They had to wait for the submarine to get incredibly close, sometimes just a few dozen yards away, for the captain to give the order. In a matter of seconds, the fake canvas walls would drop down, the lifeboats would collapse, and suddenly, this harmless, rusty boat was pointing heavy artillery directly at the submarine. Because they were so close, the submarine basically had no chance to dive or escape, and it would just get blown completely out of the water. This whole operation was kept incredibly secret for years, because if the Germans found out, they would start torpedoing everything from underwater without warning. The men who volunteered for Q-ships accepted they were on suicide missions. They had to stand there and let a submarine shoot at them, hoping the ship wouldn't sink before they could drop the disguise.